All right, Mark, I love it when you do the countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Kush from the Hub, and I just want to let y'all know I'll be appearing on NerdCage Live to chop it up with him. We're going to be talking a lot of stuff. Real excited for it. Hope to see you guys there.
I just want to see you win. 5 seconds on the game clock. All your family all in the stands. I'm your number one fan. 5 seconds on the game clock. Shoot your shot, it's going in. Yeah. I know she wanna drive a Benz.
Yo, what up, man? It's Awthentik, man. One half of Awthentik in the Beard. Definitely looking forward to catching up with the homies Mark and Jay. We're gonna be chopping it up, talking music, movies, podcasting, and everything Awthentik, man. So make sure y'all tune in. I'll catch y'all soon. Peace.
Does he look like a bitch?
Mark, can you believe we are closing in on our 1-year anniversary?
Man, it feels like it was literally a week ago when we started this thing.
So that being said,
we're gonna do a watch party for one of my favorite movies, Pulp Fiction. And who better to do that with than our friends at Real Talk, a movie podcast. So joining us is gonna be Gabe Conway, Wesley Jones, and Tommy Wood.
be there, honey bunny. Thursday, June 17th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central.
Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in a NerdCage with your hosts Mark and Jay. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That is right. You are trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us tonight. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, coming to you live from Syracuse, New York. Certified geek, 7 days a week. And always with me, the warrior from Wakanda, the fiend from Louisville, my man, Mark Withers. We have a band here tonight. Please welcome them in. You're muted.
Sorry about that. What's up, guys? Super excited to be here as usual, unmuted now. And yeah, you guys are in for a treat because we have music here, live music for the first time ever. My friends coming all the way from Lake Charles, Louisiana. They've got a new album out called Patterns, which is amazing. It gets tons of airplay in my car. And I hope that you guys check them out after this. Please welcome Rhien. Guys, how are you guys doing tonight?
Can you see us?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah. Nah, man.
Yeah, trio, power trio. We see you.
There we go. Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. It's super hot today. Typical.
Right.
Getting miserable here.
Guys, thanks for being on the show. Let's kind of start things off by you guys want to introduce yourselves one at a time?
I'm EJ Cutright. I run on guitar, do a lot of the background production work.
A lot of all of the writing.
Yeah, I'm the composer. I just didn't want to say that every time. I'm really cocky.
There's all the heavy lifting.
I sing.
I'm Danny LaCour, and I'm also a singer.
Awesome. Thanks again for being here. Brett, you and I go back a long way. You know, we have a history of being on tour together and stuff like that. And I know that you have an extensive history with other, playing with a lot of other bands. But tell me about this band. Like, how did you guys get started? And, what are your influences and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so, going on tour, Mark, you were actually the Warped Tour 2010 that we did with Whitechapel. That was the last tour that I actually ever done. I've never done another tour after that. But yeah, you just kind of come home and you're working and you're getting used to like a normal life. I had a daughter that was like 4 at the time, so it was just the beginning years of our life and trying to tour and still make a dream happen. It eventually wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. So, I met some guys. They were in a band called Signals to Vega, and they were like a really, really big up and coming by a post rock band, kind of like Explosions in the Sky. But along those lines. And man, I went to a practice one time, and I was like, holy shit, man, these guys are really good. And I was like, I know you're, post rock and you don't sing or anything, but, you should let me sing on some of these songs. And some people didn't like it as far as like other members, but long story short, we just kind of, this is what it, it became. And me and Joe are, original members. He couldn't be here today. I'm sure he's watching right now. But, we've just always, we've had some breaks, member changes, things like that. But honestly, I just, this lineup has been together for 4 years. Yeah. And we brought Danny a year and a half ago, maybe, something like that.
Not even.
Yeah, a year, I don't know. But, it feels like a long time because she's just like, fit in so well, with the band. So so this is what it is. And I can nearly guarantee you that this lineup will be around for a long time. We all just, we're best friends, get along.
Right on. Jay, who do we have in the chat this evening?
Yes. So, our usuals are here. Shay Smithers is here. Paul Tack is here. Thanks so much. I know they are fans of heavy and rock music, so I'm glad that they're here. Betty Rage is always here. Byron Kinks is here. Thanks for coming. And, of course, the mighty Titan Goji is here. And, of course, representing New York Giants Nation, Visit Edits is here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you guys have any questions for Orion, please relay them out there, and we'll be happy to ask.
Absolutely. So like I have another question. So listening to your album, I hear a lot of different things that I think might be influential to you guys, and I'm probably 100% wrong, but I hear a lot of Emerosa. I hear a lot of like City and Color and like bands like that.
Love Dallas Green.
Are any of those your influences? And actually, more to the point, what are your influences?
All right, I'll say mine, and then they can, they can say theirs. But, Circus Survive is one of my favorite bands. I mean, you have to love Anthony Green.
Absolutely.
I love Emerosa as well. I mean, I actually tried out for Emerosa back in the day. Me and Johnny have a similar style. I think he's absolutely phenomenal, and we're good friends. That he hung out all the time on that 2010 Warped with us. But yeah, man, I mean, I guess one thing about us is and everyone says this, it's so cliche, but we really wanted to sound different than bands. Like, yeah, we get our influences, things like, like that. But I mean, I've yet to find a band that I think was like, oh yeah, that we're pinpointing that band or anything like that. But for me personally, I mean, yeah, Circa, Emerosa, Dallas Green. Yeah.
Right.
So
right on.
You did hit it.
No. For me,
what about you, Jay?
So composing the music, I grew up on Incubus and others like that. So when it gets to the percussive side of things, groups like Nothing More back in their heyday.
Right on.
Nice.
But then the guitar playing is based on groups like Periphery, Polyphia. I mean, so it's technical as I can get without approaching their level. But then underlying all that is Sade, all kinds of funk and R&B music. And when Brett came to me, he said, I want you to take Circa Survive, The Weeknd, and pick any metal band out there and make it all into one song. I was like, challenge noted.
Right.
So it took me about, me and Joe, it took us about 12 months just to develop the sound that you can hear throughout the album. That the whole point is that every song should feel like this huge script or a movie in itself, take you through all the emotions of that specific set of notes.
Right.
I like that. Yeah. I'd agree that we don't, when we set out for the record, it wasn't like, we had a sound we were kind of going for, but it took us 3 years to write the record.
Right.
And it's only 8 songs. So,
yeah.
But yeah, Danny, who are your influences?
Oh Lord. So I was actually
Kid Rock.
Vanilla Ice.
I've been a whole country singer for the past 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
So, but I mean, growing up, I would listen to Paramore, Evanescence, and Flyleaf, and Slaves. I listened to Slaves, and so when Brett contacted me and was like, hey, a couple people have tagged you to be in our band, he was like, send me some clips of you singing some songs, and I was like, okay. So I sat down and, recorded me on my voice memos. What song was that? I'd Rather See Your Star Explode.
Yeah.
Without him even telling me anything about that. And so I sent that to him. He's like, what, did you know that that's kind of like, I know him? And I was like, oh, what? That's so cool. But I would say any of those for this genre. And The Weeknd. I've always listened to The Weeknd. I like that.
Yeah, I'm really into his old, like 2013, 2014.
The chill.
Same.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, before he was like, and it is what it is, man. I totally get it. Make your money, dude. But
I like the Daft Punk new stuff.
No, yeah, he loves it. Yeah, but
I don't care that you lost your dog and your wallet and a standard country. I want to hear some good music, some rhythmic music.
For sure.
We do have a question here from Shay Smithers. He says, favorite Evanescence song, Danny?
Ooh. So they have like a couple new songs out, I think, and I haven't gotten to listen to those, but going back to like years ago, my go-to karaoke song used to be Bring Me to Life.
Oh,
and then I always really liked My Immortal, but I couldn't tell people that because it was so slow and depressing.
The new album's fantastic, by the way, from Evanescence.
I haven't heard it.
It's good.
I've heard one song that they played on the radio, and it was really good, but I haven't gone around to listen to the whole
They're touring with someone. Is it them and Flyleaf? It's like someone big.
That would be epic.
It's Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Hailstorm.
Oh, Hailstorm.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another good
Hailstorm.
band. Yeah, that's another good band.
Yeah,
right on.
Amazing.
It looks like one of our listeners, Paul Tackett, was just saying that you guys sound a little bluesy and Soundgarden-ish, which is a great compliment, by the way, because that's my favorite band.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no, and I love that because again, when you're not really going for a sound, people can, kind of take from it what they want, and I think we really pride ourselves in this band to not say, hey, that, we want to sound exactly like this band, because, dude, we don't make $1 from this band.
Right.
Literally, in the history since 2013, I have never made $1 from this band. None of us, and we put a lot of money into it. I mean, tens and tens of thousands, but we do it because we love it, So when we're writing, I think that may give us an advantage over a lot of other bands. And Mark, I know you can attest to this. And Jason, you as a listener, it's, there's so many times that labels and managers are very influential, you know what I mean, on your sound. And I love that we don't have anyone that says but ourselves, and no one's going to be more critical on, this band than ourselves. So I really I think we all pride ourselves in that.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about like your method of coming up with these songs, because like one thing that I can say about like when I listen to you guys, like, and you guys just mentioned like just a smorgasbord of all these different styles of bands that have influenced you and things like that. Like particular songs on that record like are very much like a tapestry. Like it's like layers upon layers and layers of stuff. And it's like I'm just curious, like how do you guys like formulate these songs? Like what's the method that you guys have?
So we always start instrumentally. We've tried to go with them sending me snippets of vocals first, but it's never really worked in my flow. But I play all the instruments, or I can play all the instruments. So instead of like the circle of fifths, think the circle of instruments. I'll start maybe with a keyboard and just piddle around till something hits. And then I pick up the guitar. And then I pick up the bass. But I might not even write the whole verse. I might just write a little piece. And I use all the instruments to influence me all the way throughout the track. And then halfway through the track, like you can hear in all the songs, all of a sudden I'll get bored and say, let me switch this all up. And that comes from, I found out later that there's some other artists that do that, but I was at a concert watching John Mayer, and he shut down his band in the middle of the set during a very popular song. He's like, change it up. And they were like, do what? And he's like, change it up. And so he started modulating his guitar, and Peter Palladino started changing the bass line. And then the drummer, they just completely changed the song, and it was the same song, just different. And I was like, oh, that's the dream. And so every song in my head, I'm like, how close can I get to a Bohemian Rhapsody or a Nights of Sidonia? All these bands, they all have their token, what you would call their Bohemian Rhapsody song. And I'm like, how close can I get to that for every song? Then you get into the vocals. They take the lead on vocals big time, and they got this duet thing. It's not a one and then the other. It's this whole intermission duet, as if we were on the set of Grease or something. We are. Yeah.
So when you're formulating those vocals, like those melodies, which are pretty intricate, like pretty interesting, do the two of you sit down and like work that out together, or does one of you come up with the general idea of the melody, or it's just
we all write the lyrics together, and we'll change stuff up. Like I said, we're really critical. We've recorded literally almost a whole song and said, nope. Nah, man, fuck that. We're go back all the way to the drawing board, man, and it's just that's just kind of how we work, but. Us three right here will literally sit there and look, we've knocked an entire song out in about an hour. Layers, freaking all your harmonies, everything. And then we've also recorded a song for 3 days, you know what I mean? So sometimes we're flowing really good, You know how it is, man. As musicians, you sometimes you're feeling it and you're in it, and when you get completely just encapsulated, I guess, with with this song, this particular song, and you start to like lay out a storyline. That's something that I feel like is I enjoy about our band, is that if you really like, a lot of people, they like, oh yeah, man, it sounds really cool, but if you actually read the lyrics and like, because that's what I do when I listen to bands. Like, I don't just, I'll say, man, that sounds good, but what are they singing about? What is their story? And I love that.
I think that's what a lot of people nowadays are doing, though. Like, they're like, well, what's the story behind it? But I really love, like, when I came into the band, they had most of the songs already done music-wise.
Yes.
And so there were a couple that we sat down and did when I joined, and I loved it because it wasn't just me and Brett in there talking back and forth about what we liked about it. It was the whole band, and if I was like, hey, what about this? La 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 la. They'd say, what about this? So it was like a team. Elmo's World.
That's what you did.
Man, and we can make a whole song of like, and I hope that he still has them, but
every single one.
Yeah, just the fuck ups when you're doing vocals. Oh God, it would be the best B-side track ever.
Because
while a lot of like, right, fuck, yeah.
There's 4 vocalists throughout like 2 or 3 of the tracks. There's up to 4 people on there.
Yeah.
But they'll finish the mainline vocals, and then I'll kick them out the room and do backing stuff.
Wow.
And then call them back in there and get them to replace stuff that they sound better on.
Wow. So you're really producing them as these songs are developed, you're like really like going through it.
EJ is like the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when this guy Matt Lang mixed our record, and he's an awesome guy. I actually played with him, and you met the drummer. You know Mike Caprari owns SJC Drums?
Yeah, yeah.
Me, him, and Matt Lang and my little brother, we all played in a band called Thrash Unreal, and
nice.
And Matt actually mixed our record, and but yeah, man, he didn't have to, he's just like mixed it. That was it. It was, and mastered it. It wasn't any production or anything like that. We did all the pre-production, as ourselves.
Right on. Now, going back to something that you said a minute ago, Danny, you said that like with the lyrics and everything like that, like I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit. So you guys have like a single, Desolate White Island, and you have a video out. Brett and I were talking about this a little bit yesterday, and Brett, you were saying that there's like a very specific story to that has to do with you guys and like what's going on in Louisiana. Do you want to touch on that a little bit?
Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, so our whole, theme for the single was we got hit really bad by a Hurricane Laura, and half the band lost their homes, and still they're still being replaced, or fixed up. Or,
9 months.
Yeah, 3 of the.
Mine still hasn't even been touched yet.
Yeah. So it's three of us were completely like unlivable, and people don't even know it. It's crazy. Like they don't even know that we were without power for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, in the middle of the August and September,
with
and
kids.
Kids, and it was. I look back on it now, man, and even though we're still living in RVs and stuff like that, it's just unbelievable to even think back to like the things that we had to do. You're fighting for gas. Mm-hmm. I see people talking about these gas shortages, like, dude, they're short for like a day or a week. We were fighting with this shit for 5 weeks before we ever even got power. And then you have power, but a lot of people didn't have, like, we didn't have our stuff wired up for an RV, so we had to wait and get an electrician. And it's crazy. I'm still not back in my house, EJ's ended up buying another house, but his other house is almost done now, and Joe's house is worse than all of ours. He doesn't even have all the demo done, I don't think, on his house. It's just
so it's a daily reminder every time you walk outside.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I guess to answer your question, we filmed the video in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So that was why it was very sentimental. If you go back and look, that's literally like in my living room, walking down the hall, going into my daughter's room.
Actual damage, not just a set.
Yeah, and then what was really cool is my daughter is she's playing a character that is like a dark entity that is Hurricane Laura. So she dances throughout the video, and we've never even got to explain this,
right.
So I'm glad we're getting to do this, but yeah, I still love to watch the video because it is so sentimental, and everyone did fantastic. Colton, amazing. Alex Bro, the guy who directed it, just really brought the vision, to life. And it's just it's just like a daily reminder to show you, like, you know, how bad things can really be, you know, and we still haven't bounced back from that.
So we were supposed to film that video the week Laura hit.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And then it got delayed till, I think, November or so. So we were trying to plan this video, living out of RVs, eating MREs. I mean, the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah. I mean, eating sandwiches, dude. Going to the local churches were phenomenal. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you. My dad had numerous people drive. I think some people drove from New York, from Indiana. They brought van loads of supplies. I mean, dude, there was a lot of people that really showed up, man. Those churches, they kept us fed for months. I mean, wow. You know, without them, I don't know what we would have done, man. It's like I said, it's crazy to think back on.
Yeah, because I mean, literally, almost, I would say 90% of Lake Charles was like, ugh.
Yeah, like there was nowhere. That's the thing, is everything's destroyed, so there's nowhere to
Groceries.
eat. Yeah, the grocery stores are shut down. You know, it took them a few months to get back up, and then of course everyone hasn't had groceries for a month, so now, you know, everybody needs everything. I mean, dude, there's still not normalcy here. I mean.
Oh, then we flooded last week.
Yeah, last
well,
week.
that was, no, so let's tell them. So 7 weeks after Hurricane Laura came, then we had a Category 2 hurricane come, Rita, and that basically, or Delta, sorry. And I know I said Rita, I'm way off. That's like 2005. Yeah, so.
Too many hurricanes.
I know, bro. I'm done with this. But yeah, Delta came through and was more rain. So like, I didn't have a roof on my house yet. Hardly no one did, you know? So. Yeah. Flooded. Everything's flooded. You know, your house is wet all over again. And then we had a freeze where it never gets.
January, February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like 9 degrees here. I know y'all are used to that, but
we're not.
We're living in RVs.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's very different when you're in a situation like yours, where you're in an RV and your house is kind of, you know, got extreme damage. So yeah, I feel for you, man. Like,
and then last week,
like 2 weeks ago,
we had a like absolutely 500,000 year flood. You know,
17 inches of water in 3 hours.
Wow.
Damn.
I mean, you could look out your window and watch the water just rise from the street. It was really depressing, and
I know people are probably. I know that there's some of your viewers that are like, get the fuck out of there, you know? But it's like, dude, this has never happened, though. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, you can't, you know, if this was a yearly occurrence, believe me, there's no way I would be here.
Sure.
But, and it's happening so fast, you don't have a chance to leave.
Well, the last flood the other week, no one knew that it was going to happen. Everyone was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So there was like not even any opportunity to really prepare or anything.
There was absolutely no warning. There was nothing. It was just, it started to come up and they're like, hey, it's not stopping. And then we're like, oh my God.
And then we got the tornado warnings.
Then the tornado started dropping and it was like, oh.
It's like a whole movie.
Dude, I'm telling you.
It sounds like we're making this up.
They have reality shows. They should have been here for about the past year, bro. We've been billionaires.
Sounds like you guys have been going through it. So one of our viewers, Paul Tackett, he's sort of helping you guys out. Rhien is on Bandcamp. Listen to them for free and purchase their music.
Links are in the description, everybody. All the links, Spotify, Bandcamp, all Apple Music. It's all in the links in the description,
so much.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So to connect with, and of course, their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, their YouTube page, all the links in the description. So if you want to connect with Rhien, and of course, check out their music, it's all in the links in the description.
Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of music, are you guys ready to play something?
Let's do it. No better time than now.
Yes, let's do it. So everyone, they're gonna be doing a couple songs here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch the scene here. Mark and I are gonna peace out, and we're gonna let them do their performance here, and then we'll come right back. All right.
This is a historic event right here. This is the first time on NerdCage Live we've ever had anybody play live. We are beyond excited to have this happen, and we just want to thank you guys for doing this for us. We're really excited to hear these songs, man.
Yes, it's like NerdCage Live is like entering the territory of Saturday Night Live or the Tonight Show. This is awesome. But here we go.
Exactly.
We're gonna switch the scenery. Here we go.
Sorry that this couldn't be any more awkward.
Oh yeah.
We've never done this before, but
Oh.
Too much.
There we go. Oh.
All right, that's perfect.
Fine.
God, I wish we were more professional, but
We're not.
sorry, we're updating some settings.
Now we sound dreamy.
Alright.
We want to say what we're playing first or not?
Yeah.
All right. Our first song we're going to do is Desolate White Island, which is our single that we came out with on our new album.
Count me in. I've had enough this time. Train my emotions. Can't let this slide on by. I know you think you've had enough. You can have the rest of me. I know you think you've had enough. You can have the rest of things. All I want is for your time. I want is your time. But I'd rather not be another mistake you make it. I'd rather not be another heart that you break. All I want is all your time. Another heart that you carving out my path with your bare feet, starving on my head, but you won't let me eat. I know you think you've had enough, but you can have the rest of me. I know you think you've had enough, but you can have the rest of me. All I want is all your time. All I want is your time. But I'd rather not be another mistake you make it. I'd rather not be another heart that you break. All I want is all your time. All I want is your time. But I'd rather not
is You're So Vain off the new album.
You can purchase the album on pretty much any streaming site. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, just pretty much whatever. So. Cool, thanks.
Give it up, everyone.
That was awesome, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yes, that was absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
I could really hear that Incubus influence, EJ, on that one, big time. And man, talk about singing. I thought I was a good singer. You guys are awesome.
Yes, whatever, man. You are a great singer.
And everyone in the chat was digging it too. So
yeah.
Thanks to everyone.
Speaking of, Max Webster
has
a question for you. So says fairly new band. Any plans to tour upstate New York?
You know, I definitely will not say that we don't have intentions of doing some small leg runs, but nothing like these month and a half long tours. We might do some like 1 week leg tours because you know how it is, Mark. You pump out 12 hours in 2 days, and bam, you're in New York. You know what I mean? You could play, hit a little leg and then come back. So, yeah, man, that would be great. We've been around since 2013. We've played with some really, really big bands. Trap. We did a show with Trap, POD, Brand New. We've had the opportunity. I could go on, but we played the X Games. That was really cool. In Austin.
Nice.
Yeah, we've played a lot of big venues, between Houston and New Orleans and Austin, San Antonio. So, yeah, we're just kind of regional. I guess the biggest thing is just, us writing music. That's kind of the plans right now, is to push this record for a little bit, and I guess we'll get more into our future plans. But yeah, that's right now. We just put this out in February, so just trying to push it, at least get a little bit of people listening to it. So
absolutely. Paul Tackett wants to know the origin of your band's name.
Great question. And it's it's pretty. We don't get this a lot, but there was a guy. His name was Rhien, and he spelled it Rhien. And people ask us that all the time, but we pronounce it like Orion, like Orion's belt.
Right.
So the previous band that this band derived from, Signals to Vega, they had a song called Orion. And kind of to keep the ode going, you know what I mean, as most of the members, like literally almost all the members, transitioned into Orion, we just thought it was a good idea. So Rhien, passed away, let's just say like the whole 22 a day type thing, with the military. And, was a huge fan of their project. I never met the guy, so I don't want to, but I do talk to his family a lot. They stay very, very connected with the band, and they reach out quite often. And so that's kind of where the band name came from. Was actually a person named Rhien. We like to, suicide awareness, things like that. Just it's something that we just really, we want to support it within this band, because it means so much to us. So
absolutely. You guys got any other questions for Orion here?
I'm glad that we got any questions. So thank you.
This is great. I the fact that we got to do this live, like on paper. Like, this was all Mark's idea, by the way, and I'm like thinking to myself, well, this is pretty ambitious, but I'm like thinking to myself, if we could pull this off.
So glad that it works.
We're through those songs, dude.
I'm like smiling ear to ear because like everything.
And I should mention to the audience that Brett is kind of fighting is it a cold or is it like a lung infection? Bronchitis.
Yeah.
And yesterday he was actually really worried about hey man, I don't know if I can do this. Dude, you sounded perfect to me, man.
Yes, you did.
Man, I'm telling you, yesterday
all three sounded great.
Because of how good our relationship is, Mark, I've told these two, I'm like, man, we have got to do this. Hell or high water. Where I went to urgent care and I told that doctor, I'm like, look, bro, I said I could barely talk. I'm like, I need everything that you can give me that's gonna make me be able to sing tomorrow. So he gave me a whole pack of steroids, a shot of steroids, antibiotics. I mean, man, just to get through those two songs, oh my God, I'm so glad that it's over. Because, I don't get, we practice all the time. I love singing for people and things like that. But, man, that was probably one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done. Because,
well, it was flawless, man. And I appreciate the effort, all the effort that you did to get your voice back to where it needed to be. EJ, I know that yesterday, we had these technical issues, and I'm glad that it worked out this way.
He reached out to me early in the afternoon. He's like, Jay, can you do a Zoom call? I'm like, yeah.
But I'm glad that it worked out this way, because we get the stripped down kind of version of the songs that appear on your album, and it actually makes me appreciate those songs a lot more.
Yeah.
Just kind of hearing just the guitar and the vocals and really being able to parse out those lyrics. It really sounded great. Like, I can't say enough good things about it.
Bringing back the days of MTV Unplugged right here on NerdCage Live.
This won't be the last time we'll do this for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, we would absolutely love to have you come back. Obviously, when you guys ain't busy and want to do like more songs, absolutely, please come back because everyone was eating it up.
Oh yeah, man.
I was looking at that
yes,
chat.
Absolutely,
like,
yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
And actually, there's one question that just came up in the chat. Ian Lewis, by the way, the Miami Heat's down 2 games, by the way. He was asking, where'd you guys come up with the album cover? Which is on the screen right now, by the way.
Oh, great. Man, the guy that... So we had a song that was called Patterns that didn't make the record. But, and I love to tell this story. So we had this song, and... I hope I can not sound like an idiot right now. But, when you're kind of laying in bed and, it's pitch dark, like, you'll start to see these black blobs, right? And it almost feels like they'll like suck into your face sometimes, but then they go away.
Right.
So one night I'm like laying there and I'm like, I literally wrote a song about it. I mean, I'm bummed it didn't make the record, but at the same time, it was kind of something like a theme we wanted to continue, into the record. But yeah, as far as the album art, Adrian Frame is amazing. He's done Haley Williams from Paramore, her makeup line, hair dye line, whatever it is. But and he just is a good friend, and he always seems to come up with these great ideas. We had knowing, I just said, hey man, the record's called Patterns. See what you can do, and of course he just nails it every time. So there's a girl on the cover.
It's not me.
It's not Danny.
my mom called me and said, "Is that you?" I was like, "No."
But it's just he always just seems to come through. Dude, we're the type of people to like, you know what I mean? Like I like for people to do their job and interpret things like they want to. So we give him all the freedom,
Yeah, I mean, it's so fitting though. Like just like looking at the cover and then listening to the music, the two things complement each other, which is not. It doesn't always happen, right? Like there's a lot of bands out there that have like just like whack album covers that don't like really match the music.
I totally agree.
but yeah, in this case, like there's an elegance to the cover itself, and then it sort of makes sense. Like when you're looking at the cover and listening to the music, it actually works well together. So,
thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys are giving us we never get compliments. Thank you. Y'all are making me want to like write the next record right now.
We got another question here from Max Webster. He says, "Can we get EJ's height? He looks massive next to the vocalist."
I'm just tiny. We're just tiny.
We are tiny, but EJ could have 100% played football for any professional team.
That's it, right at 6 foot.
Yeah,
6 foot.
Yeah, but he's about 350, bruh.
You see us on stage, it's like the Hobbits and
yes.
Because the other guitarist is as tall as me and the drummer's as tall as me.
And then we're
the bassist, Brent and Danny are all the Hobbits.
Yeah.
Speaking of bassists, Billy the bassist was asking earlier, why are singers always so short?
I know, yeah.
Roddy James
I wanted to give him a shout out. Like Billy, Rhien, Joe, they all couldn't be here, and we love them, and they're a huge part of this band, so we appreciate them.
Yeah. Next time you come on, like we'll have to do like full ensemble and like.
Bro, the only reason we didn't do it because we absolutely had everything set up in our practice space, and it was going to be like basically MTV Unplugged. You know what I mean? And it just, we tried, but and we'll make it happen, man. It just. And we even planned this, so I can't say, oh, super last minute. Yeah. Like this is last minute. All right, let's go to EJ's house and do this. Like I found out a few hours ago. So it's all good though.
It worked out perfect. Trust me, because I kind of I didn't go into panic mode after Tuesday, but I was thinking to myself, oh man. And then finally we got the acoustic thing going. I'm like, yes. And the funny story is, I guess I'm allowed to say it because So we streamed on air for a quick minute earlier today just to test out, see how it sounded on YouTube. And there were people in the chat. In fact, there are some people who are here right now that were like checking it out, and they're like, "Oh wow, everything sounds really good." I'm like, if it sounds good at my end and it sounds good on their end, I'm feeling really good about tonight's show.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, dude, yeah. That worked out great.
Juju.
So Ian Lewis dropped a question too. Favorite movie for each of you? I don't know if any of you are movie buffs. We
so difficult.
on this
Well,
channel we normally talk movies. So
yeah. Oh my gosh. I have a few. Shawshank Redemption.
Nice.
Phenomenal movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I'm super soft. I like Forrest Gump. I think it's the best movie of all time.
And then I'm waiting for Danny to say I like The Notebook.
No, I don't. I'm not one of those. I'm not.
What is your favorite?
I love horror movies and I love funny movies. That's my only between that, I don't really like. I'm not a big fan of like chick flicks. I think I just cringe. So.
Right.
But I like.
What is your favorite of each?
Oh, We Are the Millers is one of my favorite movies.
Yes, that's a good one.
Also, there's a new movie that we watched the other day. I don't remember what it was called, but it's a newer movie on like Netflix, and it was about these parents. Oh, Yes Day. That's what it's called. Yes Day with Jennifer Garner. And it had me rolling. Like, it was
Honestly, I have
hilarious.
two.
It was funny.
One's a cult classic. I guess it's a cult classic. Donnie Darko.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Yes, it is.
And that got me into Tears for Fears so hard.
Yeah.
So bad. And then Across the Universe. Man.
Oh, that's another good one. That's the one with all the Beatles songs in it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's a good
really
one.
watch movies over and over again because as a kid, you couldn't ever rent the same movie twice. You had to watch it. So I started memorizing them off the first lick. So now people are like, I want to watch it again. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I remember it.
That's awesome.
My pup, he's been sitting over
Yep,
there.
I was going to say, there's a canine invader. All we can see is the tail moving side to side across the screen.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I'm just giggling because I know a feeling, because I have a dog too. He's not here right now, but like my dog's massive, and you can see like the tail, like you'll see a big white tail behind me.
That's just our other band member.
Yeah, but he wants some love from Brett, and he's just...
Yeah, we're BFFs, but he's a licker.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I love. I have two kids, and they're older, but my son's into the Marvel and the all that stuff.
Right.
I know y'all are super.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're super nerdy with that stuff.
Yeah. No, I love that. I watched the podcast a lot, and it's always fun.
Thank
you very much. Appreciate that, because the work that we put into it, and trust me, I'm so super grateful that Mark right here that he chose me to be his broadcast partner to do our banters and stuff. So it's been quite a ride.
Oh, absolutely.
We hit 1 year doing this show next month. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Already. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Time goes fast.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. So it's getting pretty close to 9 o'clock. So any questions for Orion? Last call.
Yep.
You guys get them out here. We'll make sure we ask each one and let them, give them an opportunity to kind of answer you guys.
Yep, absolutely, and of course we also got a video to premiere I shouldn't say premiere, but video to play as well. So that way you guys get the whole taste of it, and of course what we were talking about earlier, how you guys made the video and stuff. So that'll be it's gonna be a lot of fun too. So yeah, everyone. If you got any last minute questions, here we go. Last call. Bar's closing. Last call.
Yeah, and hey, feel free. If anybody is watching this later and you guys have questions, I mean, we love to communicate with anyone that wants to communicate with us. We're kind of lonesome, you know what I mean? So
connect with Orion. All the links in the description. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all links are in the description, as well as the YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, all that. So you can purchase their music, check their music out, and of course, ask any ask them questions and whatnot, so to connect with them. So links
I'm
are
so
in the
glad that
description.
these two upload everything to every social media and streaming site, because I have no idea that we're on half of those.
I struggle too. So Billy Four says, y'all tell them about the show. You guys got a show coming up?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. June 12th, we are having our first show at OB's in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay.
And it's going to be this little event with mirages and main entree.
Yeah.
And then I'm opening acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But, yeah, it's going to be a good time.
We're going to have a dance party afterwards, DJ. Should be a good time.
For the record, Lake Charles, wherever you guys, it's not that far from Texas, and I know we got a lot of Texas fans from NerdCage Live. We have a lot of Texas YouTubers that we have a fan base from Texas. So where you guys at? Not that far from Texas. So Texas, if you're listening, catch their show in June.
It's right there.
It's 30 minutes maybe.
Yeah, it's like 30 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even, like Sulphur's like 23.
Yeah, 45 minutes to Beaumont.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're
you guys are like
only
right
like
on
an
the
hour and a
line.
half. Yeah.
Right on.
Houston.
And Max Webster's got a question too. He says, "I heard singer mention military. Did he serve? What branch? And because Max Webster's currently in the Air Force. If you,
Oh, awesome, man! Yeah, thank you for your service. No, I was actually. My dad was Special Forces in the Army, so I pretty much, my whole entire life. I mean, he didn't retire until I was like 25 or 26.
Wow.
But yeah, no, he's Special Forces in the Army, and he's still very involved, with the military and doing different things. And yeah, he did 25 years. So yeah, now I'll plug his whiskey company if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, my dad and some friends, they have a bourbon company that is called Horse Soldier Bourbon Whiskey. They're building right now in Somerset, Kentucky on the Bourbon Trail. There is a monument at Ground Zero in New York City of the Horse Soldier. There's a documentary called Legion of Brothers that Dad's in, all about, Afghanistan. And my dad was one of the first teams into Afghanistan after 9/11. Wow. And, yeah, well, that could be a whole. You guys just let me know when you're ready for my dad to come on the podcast, because
absolutely. And I've met him before, man. That guy's like a superhero.
Yeah, Pat McAfee's already been on. They've already been on Pat McAfee's show. I think they're working on Rogan's show, so that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
great platform.
That's awesome.
Great platform.
Hey, Dad. The plug in.
Absolutely. Ian Lewis asks, how is Lake Charles? Is it slow? Is it fast?
We're like
Normally?
building wise, like living wise.
I mean, now or like in the past before we got destroyed by a hurricane?
Well, yeah, like
Since everything.
Assume that, yeah, like before everything happened, what was it like?
It's starting to get moving. We just now opened up a lot of things.
Before, in its prime, it's big enough to always have something to do, but not Houston level where you feel like there's too much to do, and it doesn't take you but 5 minutes to pretty much get anywhere, 5-10 minutes. So
Gotcha.
always something to do. The culture around here was all about a good party.
Mm-hmm.
And local, and like supporting local, like there are and I'm not talking about the scene, you know what I mean? The music scene. The music scene here is nothing like the music scene in Chicago or Louisville or Syracuse or New York in general, Poughkeepsie, things like that. It's a different animal down here, but it's much more like local, everyone supports local, in everything. We have a lot of local businesses and things like that. So, but yeah, I would say this is how I describe it to people. We have casinos here, which are really cool, and they have their nightclubs. So, I mean, you can definitely go do things that are not like a small town, but at the same time, you can drive 20 minutes out of town and go mud riding. So it's kind of, I think it's the best of both worlds. because you can get what you want, and it's all about your personal self. On we have tons of friends that live downtown like that. They get to live the downtown life, and we all kind of live in a more like neighborhoods and more chill.
Well, I used to live about 25 minutes away, and it was full country.
Oh yeah,
it took me 25 minutes to get into town.
Oh yeah, where she's from, it's like you would if you think of like Louisiana, like in the sticks. Yeah, that's where Danny's from.
Right on.
In the country.
Max Webster in the chat just saying, if you guys come to New York, bring some of that Louisiana cuisine.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Hey, I can tell you that, man. I put our food up against anybody.
I went to New York.
I figured as much.
Last year, and I was struggling. I was like, I should have brought the Tonys.
Oh man.
I moved to New Jersey. I lived there for 5 years, and those 5 years were my mom cooked for every little event that we had.
Oh yeah.
Because we were like, oof. Not the same.
Yeah, dude. I think sometimes y'all get in it. I know Louisville's a little different, but yeah, man. When I was in Massachusetts, it's like salt and pepper, and that was it, dude. And it's like you're slim on the pepper,
That sounds like a challenge to the East Coast, Jay. What's your response?
If he's taking digs at Massachusetts, I don't care because I hate all their sports. Just saying. Trust me, the New York-Boston rivalry is real. Take my word for it.
Yeah, I have tons of friends in Massachusetts.
If we have any Massachusetts fans, that's
food's
great.
Not good.
But their sports, they can kick rocks. Just saying.
There you go. Yeah. No, I feel all confident saying that their food, you know what I mean? Outside of the Italian, things like that, it just, we like sauce here, bro. We like spice, you know.
Yeah.
Everything
I know about that.
Spice in it.
Oh yeah. I'm half Mexican, so bring on the spice. So.
That's right, bro. Come on. Come visit.
Absolutely.
Right on.
All right. We got any more questions? Because like I said, we got a video. We want to show everybody. So is there any more questions before we play the video? If not, we can be happy to answer the questions after the video as well. So.
Cool.
All right, so I'll give it another minute here. If another question springs up, we'll roll the video. So here, give me a minute here. Oh yeah, of course, Max Webster's just talking that we got the best pizza up here. So
I do agree with that. Yeah, solid there.
I mean, we could argue Chicago, but New York's got some big pizza.
We got Papa John's, Pizza Hut.
Yeah, we got
bro.
Oh wow. Crust down here.
No, you're not getting those big freaking New York slices of pie. Yeah, dude, no, you're not getting that.
Okay, so all right, so we'll roll the video now. So we're gonna have a change of scenery here. We're gonna play the entire video, and then we'll come back and we'll say our goodbyes and we'll do our plugins and whatnot. So here we go. Sorry, there's some people who are just discovering I'm half Mexican.
I didn't know that either, Jay. Like I'm learning something new about you tonight.
God bless my mother.
Right on.
Yeah. So but yeah, here we go. So we're gonna premiere this. We're gonna play this video right here, right now. Here we go.
What's the name of the video?
Yeah. What's real quick? All right. What's the name of the video again?
Desolate White Island, right?
Yeah, Desolate White Island.
There you go.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. So the Desolate White Island right here, NerdCage Live. Here we go.
Come in, I'll turn it on.
And we're back. Hope you all love that video. That was awesome. That was really well
great.
shot. Yo, everybody give it up.
Now, who was that was walking through, that was in the video that was sort of like walking through the house? Like, who was that actor?
Colton. Yeah, Colton Sheck Snyder. He's a guy that does a lot of DJing stuff. He's just a really big, well, number one, he's an awesome guy. Number two, he took it so professionally that I would have thought like, and they did get paid, him and my daughter, but I would have thought like, you know, these people are like the real deal, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, man, he just took it so real. It was great. I mean, you know, he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
We had 2 locations, my house and then the house there was a house in Lafayette. Yeah, it's just, yeah, that Colton, awesome dude.
Nice. Yeah, he looks a little bit like Surge from System of a Down.
System
I
of a
thought.
Down.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I thought we were gonna.
We get Nickelback.
Right.
They're like, how'd you get Chad Kroger in your music video? You know.
By the way, Tyler Collins says hello from Lake Charles.
That's my babe.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's Danny's fiance.
Oh, right on.
So, hell yeah.
Chase Miller says the video was great. Titan Goji's here. He said the video was sick. So awesome. Yeah, it was.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, man, awesome.
All right, so let's take I just want to take the opportunity once again. So first and foremost, everybody and Rhien, thank you very much for coming on tonight. This has been an absolute blast. I'm going to ask the question again. Would you guys love to come back on NerdCage Live and we run it back?
100%, man. Yeah, we will definitely be back.
Awesome. We would love to have you back.
All right, and we have all the links in the description. Where can everybody find you and find your music?
Any streaming site, your Spotify's, your Apple Music's, your iTunes. I mean, just anywhere where you can download, you know, songs, you can get them. And you know, we didn't press any records. You know, we just did everything digitally. So, you know, and keep up with our Facebook. That's probably the most that, you know, social media that we use is our Facebook. Yeah, June 12th we have a show at OB's in Lake Charles. We haven't played a show in years. It'll be fun no matter how many people are there. So I got a lot of, you know, brothers coming down and we should have a lot of friends there. So
we're all excited for live music coming back this year. So
oh my God, dude, it's like
let all the rain start, everybody.
We're playing. Yeah, this is the only show we're playing this year. And I hope we don't fool you down to thinking we're going to do another one, but Danny right here has a little peanut boy and her belly, and then he is about to have a son.
Congratulations.
In, like, next month. So,
congrats
you know,
to you both.
Yeah, congrats to you both, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to take some time, and we're going to play this show, but then it's going to be, you know, mama and daddy and, you know, and uncle time.
Baby time.
Right. Yeah, so, and we're going to write. So we want to let everybody know we're not going to stay stagnant. We're definitely going to write our next record. So.
Right on.
We can't wait to hear it. All right, Mark, what do you, any last minute questions? Mark, anything you want to plug in?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Or are you saying the chat last questions? Oh, okay, for me. So I'm just gonna mention that today we dropped our latest look back episode, which is a tribute to the 10th anniversary of X-Men First Class. It's one of my favorite comic book movies. I know it revitalized the franchise. So I encourage everyone to check that out. In addition to that, we are currently working on a review for Army of the Dead. We just recorded that. We're getting ready to edit it, and that should drop sometime tomorrout. So stay tuned.
Opposing opinions, by the way, so you guys get the, you know,
as usual,
our banter. Check out that movie.
said he watched it last night.
Oh, what'd you think?
What'd you think?
I thought it was a good ride. It was good to me. I loved it.
There we go.
All right.
Look at these
fair
buffs.
enough.
They're like,
fair enough.
I loved it.
He's a Zack Snyder fan.
I'm a Snyder fan. So
you're on his side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Who's on my side?
Jay loves Zack Snyder. So he thought it was a great movie. I thought it was I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was enjoyable, if that's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
That's why I hope it's not because we're like been friends for freaking 11 or 12 years. But yeah, when Mark gives out compliments, I know they're genuine because if you watch this, sometimes he's shitting on it.
You're like the Simon Cowell.
Oh, yeah.
Axe.
Yeah, Mark's the nitpick king.
For sure.
I actually look forward to when he complains about something. I actually find it amusing because he'll notice.
I message him all the time. Like, what are we watching right now?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He'll notice stuff that like no one else
Mom.
notices. It's funny.
Hey, Carter. So we can't see. I hope everyone knows. Like during this whole thing, we haven't been able to see the viewers and things like that. So I want to make sure we acknowledge them.
Yep.
Our family.
Right on.
Yeah, no, we see the whole family in the chat here. We see
Nice.
Carter. We see Callie is in here.
That's my mom.
Showing her support. So yeah, everyone from the Rhien family is here to in full strength tonight. So everyone, so thank you to Rhien and the Rhien family for coming in full force. Everyone from Lake Charles coming in to support NerdCage Live. It's been an absolute field day. This collaboration couldn't have gone any better. So to everybody, thank you.
I agree.
Like seriously, like thank you. Because just ask EJ. A lot of work went into this stream before, more than you know, more than any other stream we've done. So
yeah, dude. Thanks for all your work.
Thank you so much. So I got a couple things I want to plug in. We have a stacked month in June. For starters, next week, Kush from the Hub, New York Giants YouTuber's coming back. Yes, he's a Giants YouTuber, but he's also a die-hard nerd into everything that we're into, and we chopped up with him a couple weeks ago. We're excited to have him back on the show. So he's coming back next week on June 3rd. Mark your calendar, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The following week, I'm excited, Awthentik. He's a rapper from Washington, D.C. He's also a New York Giants content creator. He's got a channel called Awthentik and the Beard. So if you play fantasy football, subscribe to him because he also does a fantasy football show. So if you want to know when football season comes, you want to know who to bench, who to put in on your team, this is the show. If you want to make money, that's the show to watch. So Awthentik from Awthentik and the Beard is coming on June 10th. And then the following week, come hang out with us at NerdCage Live for the Pulp Fiction watch party with the guys from Real Talk. That's going to be a blast. That's going to be celebrating 1 year of NerdCage Live, of us sitting down watching Pulp Fiction. It's one of my favorite movies. It's one of Mark's favorite movies as well. And the guys from Real Talk, they are a blast. Check out their podcast as well. We cannot wait to have them back because those guys are something else, let me tell you. So yeah, subscribe to their channel. They're on YouTube. They're on Podbean and all your where you find your podcasts. And that's all I really got to plug in. Once again, thank you to everybody, to Rhien, Ian, Paul, Billy, Carter. If I forgetting anybody else in the chat, thank you so much. We cannot wait for next week, and we obviously cannot wait to have Orion back to play more songs.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes. So before we go, we ask you to pretty please like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss anything from NerdCage Live, and spread that shit like Silver So USA. From Louisville, Kentucky to Lake Charles, Louisiana to Syracuse, New York, and to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, and good night.
Sayonara.
Thank you guys.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Kush from the Hub, and I just want to let y'all know I'll be appearing on NerdCage Live to chop it up with them. We're going to be talking a lot of stuff. Really excited for it. Hope to see you guys there.
See you win. 5 seconds on the game clock. All your family all in the stands. I'm your your number one fan. 5 seconds on the game clock. Shoot your shot, it's going in. Yeah. I know she wanna drive a Benz.
Yo, what up, man? It's Awthentik, man. One half of Awthentik in the beard. Definitely looking forward to catching up with the homies Mark and Jay. We're gonna be chopping it up, talking music, movies, podcasting, and everything Awthentik, man. So make sure y'all tune in. I'll catch y'all soon. Peace.
Does he look like a bitch?
Mark, can you believe we are closing in on our 1-year anniversary?
Man, it feels like it was literally a week ago when we started this thing.
So that being said,
we're gonna do a watch party for one of my favorite movies, Pulp Fiction, and who better to do that with than our friends at Real Talk, a movie podcast. So joining us is gonna be Gabe Conway, Wesley Jones, and Tommy Wood.
Be there, honey bunny. Thursday, June 17th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central.
Ooh, trying to get out of the NerdCage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!